It seems to be that you're saying, I think I remember you talking about tools are, tools come and go, they're ephemeral, but, there's foundational principles which will, are not going to change, and we should study those. Is that right,
Yeah.
or am I misremembering you?
Yeah. It goes back to what we said earlier when we were talking about AI tools. Like 50 years ago, was it 50 years ago? I don't know. We didn't have PowerPoint.
No, 1987 is when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 years ago, maybe we didn't have Zoom.
Mm.
Or a few years ago, we didn't have ChatGPT, we didn't have AI as it is like so widespread today. And these tools have changed. They will continue to change. That's inevitable. But again, what will never change are the fundamental principles. I had in our show, I had a conversation with John Rousseau, a friend of mine. He's the author of Liberate Your Greatness, and he does karate. And he told me that he started karate when he was 6 years old. And at the beginning, he said training was quite boring. It was just punch, punch,
Mm.
punch, punch, but no change. And most of his friends left because it was too
Mhm.
boring. He stayed, and today, after many years, he can throw 6 punches per second, and he has a black belt in karate, in 6 styles of karate. And in that conversation, he shared with me a famous quote from Bruce Lee. Apparently, he said, I fear not the man who practiced 10,000 kicks. I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times.
Okay.
And in communication, the equivalent of that one kick is, do you master and have you practiced just those few principles of communication that really matter? Have you done it 10,000 times? We don't have 1,000 principles of communication that we need to be aware of, that we need to try and apply. They're just a few key principles, but then it's about practicing them, trying to master them 10,000 times. And if we do that, then you will stand out as a communicator.
Yeah, there's a concept in Japan, ancient, like studying karate, or it could be anything, whatever you study, is at first you kind of copy, you listen, you copy the master, and then you diverge maybe a little bit, you try your own thing, but eventually you're not thinking about the form. The second step, you might be whatever it is, turn left, pull right, whatever. But eventually you become like no mind. I'm not thinking about it. But there aren't a million principles. It's fundamental. That's why we call it fundamental, the foundation, the basics. But you do those so much, then at some point you don't really think about that. And so there are some, I think most naturally gifted presenters. I mean, Steve Jobs was great on stage, but when he was younger, starting out at Apple, when he was 21 or so, he was terrible. He was very nervous and just not, his nerves were really taking over. But he studied it. He knew he studied other people who were better at it. And of course he became much better, but not thinking about it. But he had the fundamentals down.